What's up, everybody? It's your favorite high precision's favorite nerd. And today we are looking at MMC's Ravage, which is their Masterpiece Studio Ox take on the character. And you guys know I never talk about packaging, right? Like I just think it's kind of a waste of time for most people. And here's the little bio card. It's just not my thing, right? But this packaging I'm going to talk about. So it comes in this tape box, and the insert for the tape box is the instructions that folds out. It's just so smart. I love stuff like this. This is more than just packaging. This is like an experience. Do you know what I mean? And I love stuff like that. Very conceptual. This is the tape, and as you can see, it's just about the size of a regular tape. It's a bit bigger, but not by much. And you know, tapes take me back, you know, because I was a mixtape making fool, and you better watch me if I got a mixtape. You know what I mean? Hey, so I was thinking maybe Friday, maybe you could get your mom to drop you off at the Pizza Hut. I'll meet you at the Pizza Hut. Maybe have some dinner together.
I have a boyfriend.
A boyfriend, huh? Tell me, does your boyfriend make mixtapes? Has Maxwell on it. I do feel like this thing kind of fails in this mode. It looks the shape, but it lacks all of the detailing and all of the labeling and stuff that the tape Ravage, you know, should look like. It's just awfully plain. I'm sure it's because of the way that it transforms and stuff that they couldn't do it, but it does unfortunately mean that it is a bit of a bummer. So there's not much left to talk about here. I do like that they have the teeth in there and stuff, and it's there's thought there. It just doesn't really nail it. So let's give this a whirl. Tuck the head up like this. And I think you can get the tail out too. And this is kind of just pre-planning. These, I will say, like there's one of these, this one right here. This one is not laying flush for me in tape mode. So just kind of pointing that out. All right. Then you want to fold these pieces. They're on both sides, like that, and like that. And then on the other side, do the same. And then you pull this, and we'll get back to it, but this just kind of allows the space you need a little bit later. And then you untab these on both sides, the back legs from the front legs. And then you fold these down, and as you do, it'll push the neck pieces. And then you gotta rotate the neck pieces as well while you're doing it, which is it's not the easiest thing to explain or kind of show, but it's fairly intuitive, so that's nice. All right, and then for these back legs, you just kind of gotta fold them, get them like this, so that you have the rockets or the missiles pointing up, and the majority, like the feet on the upper side, and then fold these hips back down on these ball pegs, and then you can unfold the legs here and here, and then the back hip section is on a double hinge system here, like that, and then the front legs come up and down on ball pegs. And then you unfold. Easy for me to say. Unfold these. Come on, girl. There. And there he is. Let me get him cleaned up, and we'll take a look at him. He's heavy. These metal parts here, they're die cast, which is nice. I do feel like, so there's a lot of articulation, but as a result, I feel like I want this to kind of push together better. You there's like this gap in there. I find a little bit unsightly, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So anyway, the eye paint is great. It's like a red metallic, and there's not much paint on this guy, so that looks really quite good. And then the teeth are painted well, and the inside of the mouth is painted red, which is a nice touch. And the jaw opens and closes to a good angle, so that's fine. It's on a double hinge. Like, okay, so this is on a hinge on this side of the neck, and that's on a hinge on this side of the neck. So you get a little bit of back and forth there. Also, like, this piece extends. Do you know what I mean? But it's really, like, it's good, but it's like it keeps surprising you, like, because, like, this doesn't feel right to me. And I mean, maybe I got it wrong, but I don't think I do. But it still feels good. So you get a hinge here at at 2 ball pegs, and that gets you all the way down to there. And then you get an additional hinge, ball peg hinge, like kind of here, and then that doesn't really impede it at all. So that's fine. The head moves side to side, which is good. Looking up, that's about as far as he goes, just straight out, which isn't terrible. Pretty nice. Then we have ball pegs here for shoulders, so you get the swivel on the ball joint, and then the way that this joint is cut, you get a hinge out to there, so that's fine. And he has a ankle rocker, so you can get him in some good poses. And then down here you got a double jointed elbow or knee. Animal joints eat me up, and that gets you the full range, so no problems there. And then you get a ball hinge, basically a ball peg here, so you get an ankle tilt and rocker. Same for both sides. The missiles, you can point them in any direction you want. They're chrome. The chrome looks nice, and there is like this circle thing on there. Not a big deal for me, just pointing it out. Not sure if you can see it on that one. It's like part of the print of it. I don't know. And then we have the same kind of ball peg system down here for the bottom hips, or the rear hips rather. But it doesn't work as well because of these side pieces here, so you only get out to really there, which I still think is fine. Animals can't move their back hips out that way anyway, so I think that's okay. And then you get the swivel here, or maybe they can. I guess they can. I'm thinking my dog sometimes will lay down, and his back legs will go out to the side like that. And then you get this knee here, or ankle, or whatever, knee or elbow here, depending on your sensibilities. Back to there, forward to there, so that's fine. And then you get your ankle tilt here and here, so it's like a double jointed ankle. And then you get a ball peg at the heel, which does swivel on the ball peg, so you get your rocker. So that's nice. And then the tail moves up and down, up to there, and then down to there. So that's good. It's really like it's nice. It's really quite nice. Let's do some comparison stuff. So obviously, the elephant in the room is this guy. This is the Takara one, and I do like this one. Always kind of felt a little off, right, because of the legs and whatnot. But I do love the transformation of this one. I thought it was really quite clever. But I mean, it crushes it. But see, Takara, we'll talk about it. Well, you know what? We'll talk about it right now. So this kills this, right? But Takara was at a bit of a disadvantage, because had Takara gone this route and not fit in Soundwave's chest, oh, the fan tears would have flowed. The fan tears would have just flowed like the river. So they were kind of at a disadvantage with what they had to work with. I think that they could have done something like this had they not had that stipulation. But Mastermind chose to not really care about that, and as a result, we have like a much more kind of impressive looking Ravage. And I love Ravage. He's one of my favorite characters. So, and there he is next to Soundwave, which is nice as well. Good scale. Like, it feels good. I'm really excited, and it's smart, I must say. Negatives-wise, the only real complaints I have is I wish it had more detailing in the tape mode. And even if some of that detailing transferred over to this mode, I think I would have been okay with it. I'd have to see how it would have turned out. Maybe I wouldn't have. These pieces here, you can articulate too, to kind of give them more of a back if you want, which I think looks nicer, like a shoulder bone. And my only other complaint with this fella is, well, I will say that these back heels The tilt on these back heels only gets you down to there because of the cut of that joint there to this one. So sometimes you kind of want to get his foot further back and you can't get it back. So that's a little bit of an articulation hinder, but not the biggest deal in the world. My main complaint with this thing is that this middle section doesn't tab together, and he's very articulated. As a matter of fact, he even has like a kind of an ab crunch that I forgot to mention. And a little bit of a swivel there as well, which is nice, but with all that articulation, it does come a bit of fiddliness because some of these pieces, especially up in here, don't really tab together, and that does seem like, I don't know, it does make it less somehow, but it's a overall, I must say, like, it is a small complaint. I'm just pointing it out because it does throw you off a taste. When you have him, but I don't really have much negative to say about this guy. Size, the materials, the sculpt, the articulation, it may not be the exact Ravage you want, but I think it's the closest thing you're ever gonna see. The weight of it, the die cast, like it's all that MMC stuff that you love in terms of materials, in terms of fit and finish, in terms of transformation. I can't think of a reason to tell you not to get him. I think that it blows that Takara went out of the water, but like I previously stated, I don't really think that's Takara's fault. I think Takara kind of had their hands tied on that one because the fans would have lost their mind. I got mine from Planet Steel Express, which I think is the distribution company of the factory that they use. And if you go to Planet Steel Express and you see what other products that they are selling, it's quite interesting to see who else might be making their toys at that same factory. But that's where I got mine from. It took a little bit to get here, but not too much. The tracking number did suck. I checked on it yesterday, or 2 days ago, and it said that it had just left China, and then it arrived at my doorstep yesterday. So unless it has the fastest boat in the world, I think that the tracking number might be a bit off. But yeah, I can't tell you a reason not to get this guy. He's great. He'll definitely be valued. And the beauty of this whole situation, right, is that Ravage is like the hardest tape to do. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing Rumble and Laserbeak and all the other ones. So they've got the hardest one out of the way, and he's pretty good. So imagine what they're going to do with the rest of them. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.